being.
Good morning, guys. This is Phyllis Nash, your Chief Sales Officer, one of the four co-founders. Excited to be here in Chicago. It's taken a minute or so to mute out, so why don't you help out and mute your lines out while it's taking its time? But I want to get out of the way. I want to bring up our visionary, and this is someone I've been knowing almost 18 years. We have an anniversary. I mean, guys, she did something that I hadn't seen people often do. She had fired her boss from corporate America because that lifestyle was no longer serving her or her family. And she went into the industry of social selling full time. Guys, she was MVP of 3 companies, built teams of over 46 countries. And then in 2017, she went and pivoted and went into an industry that she knew nothing about. But what I love about Melissa is her mind is always open. And when she heard the benefits of what cannabis could do for people's quality of life, she went out and she took that company from a mere 25, what? I'm forgetting what it was. Oh, $8,000 a month up to $225,000. Then we founded together Akana in 2019 from her leadership, her vision. And usually I stop right here, but I want to keep on going because 2019 was 4 years ago. Here's somebody that came into an industry where Black folks had no footsteps, and she made a way for each and every one and so many others to have a marketplace, to have a income from an industry where Black folks were never able to go in. We broke that industry in CBD. We help people have a better quality of life. We built companies, and I'm talking about your company, all across the world, giving you a absolute into this industry, a chance that you might not ever have. Then turn around and COVID came, and guys, moving into a new facility with new expenses, that could have shut us down, but that wasn't the case here. We went on and we built a business based on our cannabis, based on helping people, based on giving the people an opportunity. And guys, she forever pivots. She is at the helm anytime, working 24 relentless hours a day, doing whatever it takes to give you and the families that don't even know about us an absolute ability to build a legacy. This woman is dynamic. This is somebody I truly, truly admire because she never stops. If you're going to be in a fight with a bear, you better have a Melissa Boston on your side. And guess what, guys? It's only just begun. So, Melissa, are you out there?
Oh my goodness, Phyllis, I am out here, girl. I'm telling you what, I think at this moment you just dropped the mic. I'm like, I don't know how to even follow that intro because I really felt the heart of your message of really sharing the vision of really what we've been through, but the vision of why we started and why we knew that this was the time. And I mean, you just brought back so many memories because you're so right. I mean, they looked at us as the Harriet Tubmans of the industry. I mean, we were pioneers in industry actually when we first got started. It wasn't even technically legal yet in many of the states because the Farm Bill of 2018 hadn't been signed, because technically in 2017 is when we joined the cannabis CBD industry. And you were right there with me, made that call to you. And Phyllis, you said yes. And it was that energy, that synergy in which working together, we were able to go out there and break so many records, help so many lives, and really open up the pathway we see today that we're so fired up about, right? And sometimes you got to take it back to the beginning, because in going back and seeing the vision, seeing the groundwork that was done, seeing all the countless hours, sleepless hours, right? And the passion that we have in our hearts to really help empower people. And that's what it's about. So I want to thank you this morning. I mean, you have me here. I'm just like at a loss, because your energy is just so infectious, and how you get on the call every Monday and just edify me. I mean, again, I look at you as my shero, because I just remember when we first met in 2006, and you were setting the tone then, you know, getting trained, you know, but it came with teammates, right, just to learn about your product. Okay, you were just using the product, wasn't really building yet, have introduced a few people, but just to witness what you did, go out there and help people earn 6 figures in record time. And you did it yourself too, in less than 120 days. And when we look back, and that was really the spark of this relationship that's turned into now this empire, right, that we now call Akana, that we're taking all around the world, guys, all around the world. And you're here with us in the beginning, right? And so be excited, right, because you have a chief sales officer like Phyllis Nash, right, so dynamic, so incredible, our midwife helping all of us give birth to unlimited possibilities and always there, no matter what, to help us each and every day for you fighting for your business, right? And so that is what it's about, guys. I mean, you really set the tone, Phyllis. You became our first diamond, our first double diamond, and we just see so many beautiful things happening, guys, here at Akana. And I want to say good morning, good morning. Every time I jump on, hearing people dialing from coast to coast, I want to welcome our West Coast folks. We know right now for you, I mean, it is like just after 6 in the morning, people on our East Coast. And I'm here on the East Coast today. So for me, I'm like, wow, this was, we don't start till 9 o'clock. Okay. And so that's kind of cool. But again, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone on the line. We want to welcome you. If you're a guest listening in, if you're brand new to the business, we are super excited that you made the decision to be here with us at Akana, because the meaning of Akana is in the hands of God. Our mission, we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. Our vision is to elevate the well-being of your body and soul. Oh my goodness, where do I start this morning? I mean, it is so much happening, guys. And if you aren't out doing something, I'm telling you what, you want to get those running shoes on. You want to get to running, because this is the time. We are on a 90-day run up towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because we know that this is the season, guys. This is the quarter, right? We are here. I'm telling you what, October, November, December, right? We call that our fourth quarter, okay? And what are you ready to do in fourth quarter? Because we know this is going to be our most epic quarter of the year, okay? In fact, we believe it's going to be our most epic quarter ever. And so no matter where you're at in your business, no matter what the struggles you're going through, what's exciting is we've seen people have a challenging, first, 3 quarters of the year, and then go out and break emerald, go out and break diamond. So this is the time to put your belief hat on, right? And to understand that all things are possible, but it starts with you making a decision and believing, yes, that you are worthy of whatever you want in life, right? You are worthy of achieving all your goals and dreams, but you got to be bold enough to dream big. Some people are just not bold enough. We talked the other day, and we were just talking about how, as kids, we're so bold, right? We want to do everything and be everything, and somebody along our path becomes our dream crusher, our dream killer, and before we know it, we have limited the size of our dreams. And so we want to do what we feel is the impossible. We got to get back, right, into the mindset of where we were when we were at that age, and we believed all things were possible. We believe we can achieve and do whatever it is we want in life. Well, let me tell you something, folks. That's true. We can. But somebody told you couldn't because they didn't understand. And we can't necessarily blame them, because unfortunately we oftentimes get passed down from generation to generation limitations, right? Limitations on our dreams, limitations on our goals. People are always telling us no. We hear no so many times in our life. By the time we're an adult, we're fearful of people, right? We're fearful of strangers. We're fearful to pick up the phone because all we've heard was no, 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 right? And so we got to develop a certain mindset, and that's the beauty of this industry. It really helps us to personally develop. We become new people, but it starts with you making a decision to get a new mindset, okay? But that's only something you can make a decision to do, because it requires daily investing in all your personal development, making a decision to get on the calls, making a decision to read the books that you often hear about that Phyllis is recommending you to read, so that you're investing in your mindset to attend these events that we do across the country. Some of the events we recommend that other leaders are training at. Guys, you got to invest in personal development. In fact, when we think about personal development, it's like oxygen, okay? It is oxygen It's going to give you the oxygen that you need. But here's the reality. It's kind of like this. If you have oxygen, but you never take a breath, right? Well, guess what? It's all around you, but you hold your breath. Then it's no use to you, okay? And so the action of the business, it's like breathing. It's like taking that step. It's like making that step in front of you. And so I'm going to encourage you today that I want you to dream so big of what those goals are going to be as we are leading towards Black Friday, as we are on this 90-day blitz. And I want you not only to go out and personal develop, but you got to put the activity in place, right? We got to open our mouth. We got to breathe and enjoy all of this personal development, all of this oxygen we're getting. And the only way we're going to do it is go out there and make sure we're plugged in, and not just plugging in, guys, but you want to get on a lot of these calls with your team, with guests. And so, again, just super excited about everything that's happening. We got a lot to share. Got a special guest on the call tonight, okay? Also, too, just as a recap to some of the items that happened this weekend, another great call. We actually had a special guest, our CMO. Scott Reese got on Friday night, was very dynamic with the people that attended boot camp. We gave you the opportunity to get a very special session with Scott Reese, and we had a lot that accomplished that weekend. In fact, one of the things that came out of that was the fact that we have changed up our Zoom schedule. See, the Zooms are really about you getting guests on the line. See, if you're just getting on the Zoom and it's a social hour, that's great. I mean, we love to socialize, right? But the reality is, you're really just practicing with your business. You're not really, participating. And so we want to really put together things that are going to help you drive guests, okay? Because that's going to really help you drive momentum. Calls that make you want to show up. I can remember when we used to have first conference call lines that were packed out, with our other company, but with this company, we got started right as COVID was, roaring its head in 2020, right? We got started just the year before. And so Zooms have been our way of life. When we started, guess what? Our Zooms were always packed out. People couldn't get on, and they would be fearful that they couldn't get on, so they would get on early, get their guests on early, and they were packed out. So exciting. But again, we've noticed that there is some Zoom fatigue, right, people? Sometimes, the customers just don't want to get on the computer, okay? They don't know how to operate the Zoom from the phone. And so we just know that sometimes, we want to keep doing, the Zooms and having Zoom opportunities, but sometimes you got to mix it up, guys. A lot of times we're just creatures of habit, so it's hard to change, right? But when you're moving in a direction and maybe you're not seeing the momentum that you think you should have, and you got to put some things out there that's going to help really build some better momentum. And so what we're going to do is we're still having awesome Zooms. And so on Sunday nights, you can join the Flat Belly Lifestyle. In fact, Scott said that's Flat Belly Sunday, right? And we're going to get some special guests, some of our medical advisory team. We're going to build that Sunday call up to where we see hundreds of people on it. So that's going to be an awesome Zoom. On Saturdays, you have a chance to Zoom in, okay, with Dr. Roz and some of the other diamonds and leaders. And so that's going to be exciting at 10 a.m. And so we really want to push that call. But guess what? Following that, at 11 o'clock on Saturday, there's going to be a Zoom training with our Chief Marketing Officer, Scott Reese. I know he'll be working with Phyllis Nash, our awesome CSO, and so many other leaders to really help give you guys the training and guidance that you need to take your business to the next level. It's going to be great for new people because new people will know exactly what they need to do. They'll learn about the sphere of influence. They're going to learn about the power of getting there too. And that's going to help you build a duplicatable business that's going to move at the speed and velocity that you need to hit these big goals for November. But also too, because we want to really keep things flowing, we're going to keep the Tuesday night call with Dr. Betty. That's going to happen at 8 p.m., product training and things that you need to learn about your health. So she's going to have many of the medical advisory board participating in that. I've seen the numbers climb on that call, get up to about 40, sometimes 50 people, but we see that call having hundreds of people. I mean, that's another call that, again, when we started the Zooms doing the Wednesday call with the product night, that was one of our biggest nights of participation. But again, people everywhere we know are getting that Zoom fatigue. So we're going to turn it around, okay? We're going to bring some dynamic trainers. We're going to keep having Dr. Betty does what she does, where she's just pouring in such a wealth of knowledge. So you're going to feel the electricity on Tuesday nights. You're going to get all your guests that want to learn about products on that call. And that's going to be another staple of our marketing wardrobe, another opportunity for you. But guess what? There's a new kid on the block that's coming this week that we are super excited about. And we want everyone to participate, guys, because no matter where you're at, you're going to be able to participate. You know, when you really think about this business, there's some key points that we hit on when we're doing a three-way, right? And that often closes people. There's times when we recruited people into this business and we've done it via phone, right? Not even having something to do on a computer. When I first met Scott, guess what? We were on the phone. We didn't have a Zoom. We were on the phone. And he was so fired up about what we were doing and seeing the vision and knowing, wow, this company is going $1 billion big. So there's so much you can do. Also, just getting people to tune in to a quick little phone call. And that's what we're going to bring on Thursday nights, okay? At 7 p.m. Central, it's going to be this exact same phone number. You want to lock it in. You want to get at least 2 guests on this call Thursday night at 7 p.m. because I'm telling you what, this call will be packed to capacity. I am claiming it right now. Every space on that call is going to be full. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get on early, and you're going to want to get people that you've been prospecting, people that you know are business-minded, people that you just want to hear the heart of the company, of where we're going, to feel the vision, to people that you know are business-minded. Get them on that call. Because we're going to have presenters like Kathy Weathersby, our Emerald Director, also another Emerald Director. We're going to have Dr. Kimberly Dautrive, who's an MD, another powerhouse, 2 dynamic women. Scott Reese will be a part of that call. I know Phyllis Nash, she's going to be on that call. So we're going to just hear the electricity of what's happening. It's going to be fired up, guys. And you're going to want to have people on that call because in 15 to 20 minutes, they're going to hear enough information to get them excited. It's going to be in a way and they're going to hear all these people dialing in, right? They're going to hear all these people dialing in from all across the country. And it's going to be the must-attend call. It's going to be the call you do not want to miss. So the 312-967-1557, this same conference line, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, get your guests on the line, guys. And so I am here in Atlanta. Oh my goodness. And so this is going to lead me into bringing up our special guest, okay? Because I am super fired up right now, okay? I believe that in every market, in every city, right? No matter what city it is, right? Especially if it's a city with at least, let's say 500,000 people, 1 million people. Sometimes it could be less than that, but we know that every market here in this country and then soon to be in the world, you as a person in the business can quickly, within less than 90 days, create a diamond business because we know that when there's a city like Atlanta, and we're talking about millions of people in this city, folks, millions of people in this city, but yet there's not a diamond. We know this is the network marketing capital, but there's not a diamond in the city, right? There's not a 2-star diamond yet, okay? But they're coming, okay? And when they come, it's going to happen in a big way. Because once Atlanta gets behind something, you're going to see momentum in your business like you've never seen. And now let me tell you this, guys. We've seen it happen in Texas. We've seen it happen. We now have diamond business in Texas, diamond business in Massachusetts, okay? We have diamond business in Illinois. So there's 3 states. But guess what? There are 50 states, guys, which means there's so much opportunity. And what it takes is leaders being willing to get out of their comfort zone. So many times we're comfortable in our own city, in our own market. But here's what we also know. They always say a prophet is never respected the same in their own land. So they got to get out. You got to go to Indiana. You got to go to Michigan, right? You got to go all around your market. We call that Automobile University, where you get in an automobile with your team and go 3 to 4 hours in different areas, in different directions, and you build, you find the Willie Mooneys, you find the Beverly Blairs, you find the Gigi Harrises, the Bernardines, right? You find those leaders like Terry Anderson who are in every market, but you're not going to find them if you're just stuck in one market. Leaders should always be building in a minimum of 3 other markets outside of your own city, guys, if you want to build a sustainable business, because momentum in different markets comes and goes. But if you have business in multiple cities, guess what? You're going to maintain your momentum. And these are laws, right? I mean, we think about the law of gravity. We know you drop something, gravity kicks in, that's a law. And with planting seeds, we know that if you plant enough apple trees, right? If you plant enough, there's something that's going to grow. That's a law. And your business is the same. So we know that based on the fact that this business works off the law of averages, the law of large numbers. So we know that there's a method to it. It means you repeatedly hit a market. You repeatedly plant those seeds, and that market will grow into a diamond business, a 2-star diamond business, a 3-star diamond business, and a 5-star diamond business. And I really feel that Atlanta, okay, there's other markets too. I feel it in Maryland. Okay, I feel it in Louisiana, right? I feel it all across the country, right? There's many markets, but there's something about Atlanta because there's so many people here that are already open to network marketing. It's kind of the capital, okay? So you want to get some contacts in Atlanta and leverage what we are doing, guys, because guess what? Our event last night was so exciting, so electrifying because we had so many guests, again, that showed up and showed out. You know, when we looked at the revenue that hit the system last night, 75% of the revenue came from the Atlanta event. And that's a clue, guys. Success leaves clues. And if more people were doing events, guess what that means? That means already you would be creating some momentum in your business. We've seen it happen in Virginia. They went to Virginia, and guess what? 75% of the revenue came from one event. And here's the challenge. The challenge is there shouldn't be one event. There should be 10 events happening across multiple cities. But it takes having the belief, having the desire to go out there and do something, to show up. Okay, when we're in your market, you want to show up. And so the holistic happy hour was phenomenal. I believe there are probably total guests alone, about 17 guests that were present. We had a sign-in sheet, and most of them signed in on the sheet. So just on the sheet alone, we had about 14, and we know there are many people that came in and didn't even put their name on as a guest, okay? So it was exciting, guys. And we found a new hotspot right in College Park. Perfect parking situation, perfect location, perfect venue. I mean, it was just what we're looking for. And so we're going to be back in the Atlanta market tentatively. We're going to say Sunday, October 29th, Monday, October 30th, because then we got to be in Chicago on the 31st. And I got something I'm going to announce for Chicago too. And then we also have our deal of the day, okay? But before I do that, I want to pivot real quick to Atlanta because our COO is in the house. I mean, this is a young man with his MBA who is so dynamic, so brilliant. In fact, he's came on board to our operations division and really just helped transform the complete operations team and the systems and putting the processes in place that's helping us to take this to billion-dollar big. And so without any further ado, I heard him jump on, so I know he's on. In fact, I think I hear him out there too, right? So it's awesome. But Christian Phillips, if you're on the line, I want you just to kind of paint the vision of what we experienced in Atlanta and whatever is on your heart to share this morning.
Good morning, Melissa. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. Good morning, Akana. So yes, I just want to talk briefly about what happened in Atlanta and then also just kind of discuss, what my responsibility is as the Chief Operating Officer. When I look at internal and external processes that we have in place and protocols, it's my responsibility to make sure that those things go run smoothly. And, if not, then, make adjustments as needed. One thing that I saw yesterday, we had about 4 or 5 different wellness coaches scheduled for scanning on yesterday. And for whatever reason, those particular people were not able to make it. However, what does that mean? Does that mean that people can't get scanned? No, that means that I pulled out my scan myself and I actually was able to take each person and scan them with my machine. And, just doing the process, I've heard a lot of the concerns regarding the scanning. It's very time consuming. Is it possible that we can do things a different way? Well, I do have a solution, or there was a solution, and we exercised that solution on yesterday, and it was so effective. Melissa mentioned about 14 people. I think there were like a little bit more than 14, but we'll just say 14 for this call. So within about 20 minutes, I was able to scan all 14 of those people and give them their breakdown. And the way that we were able to do that is because, one, I knew the system. I knew the system. I looked at the training from Dr. Prince. There's no excuse. If you're calling yourself a wellness coach, there's no excuse why you should not know how to navigate through the system. I put everybody in the system. I did the conversions prior while Melissa was up on stage doing the wellness bingo. While all that was going on, when the transition happened, I was ready to receive the person. I knew what 5 specific reports I was going to spotlight on, which was the cerebral and the cardiovascular report, along with the liver, the kidney function, and then the overall quality with the pH. Specifically, my role at that time was just to be the scanning coach. Basically, I was playing radiology. So I did the scan, sterilized Melissa made a grand announcement for everyone to remove all of their, earrings and jewelry and stuff like that. And then those people sat in that seat. I immediately hit that start button. After that, I was already processing and opening up an email. And I know we talked about letting the people take pictures. What I specifically did is I took screenshots of my screen on each particular one. That means that's 4 screenshots, and I was able to email that to them. By the time that I reviewed everything, and that I was also screenshotting. So by the time I finished with pH and told them that pH, there's no yellow and blue that exists, it's only green and red. So it's like a yes or a no. The most important part is just to look at the range and how far you fall from the normal range. I hit that send button and they're out of the chair. And then I did it over and over and over again. And it created a process that was so genuine, and people really understood it. They respected it. And then I gave validation back to the wellness coach. And I said, if you have any questions or if you want to follow up on this process, talk to the person that invited you or talk to the wellness coach. I gave that validation, put that responsibility back on the person. And so what we need to do, that's a duplicatable process and it's effective. So there's really no excuse why we can't pack out a house and actually do one scan. Because a lot of time people say, well, I only got 30, 40 minutes. So we have streamlined the presentation where it's kind of a plug and play. You play the DVD for those of you that actually was in Richmond. I'm sorry, not Richmond, but Roanoke, Goshen at the last boot camp. You saw the video. You saw the doctor talking about giving validation to the thing. There's not much that you need to say. Sometimes we need to take ourselves out of the way and let that video or let something do the validation for us. If we just stick to the script, that's how it's going to be duplicatable. When you start doing all this extra stuff, then that's when it becomes more complicated and becomes less duplicatable for your team and their team to do it. So we need to follow the script. We're going to be working along with some the leaders within the company to make sure these scripts are available to you all very soon so that you all can begin duplicating these things within your party packs and also within just your entire account of business for other things as well. But I just am so happy with Michelle Parker as well as Awita Howard. Those are the two major hosts out here in Atlanta. We plan on doing this again, as Melissa mentioned, on October 29th and October 30th. Look forward to packing out the house. We will have a business opportunity at that time. So it's going to be a lot of developments happening in Atlanta because we made 75% of the revenue of the entire company yesterday. And so if that means that Chicago and Atlanta ultimately needs to drive the revenue of the business because we have headquarters in Chicago, we can do it in Atlanta as well. And it only starts with just basically 1 getting their 2, and then those 2 getting their 2, and then it being duplicatable and super, super efficient. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Melissa. Thank you, Michelle and Awita, for coming out and for sharing the space. And I look forward to doing it all over again next month or the month after next.
Wow, Christian, that was awesome because you know what you just identified is, guys, you have something so special in front of you. And when I was witnessing Christian in action, it was so crazy because it was me, Awita, and Christian really there qualified to do whatever that needed to be done as far as blood type testing. Awita did that. I had to put the orders in, right? Christian's scanning, right? And so you have 3 people, but you have all these guests. But look what we were able to prove. And I love that, Christian. I was like, as I was watching Chris, he was like a machine, right? I'm like, okay, we got to write that down because it was so good. It was just instinct. And sometimes what happens when you're under pressure, these instincts kick in because it's kind of like, I got all these people. They need to get scanned. But we got to make sure it happens. And it happened, guys. And so I said, Christian, you got to write that up, okay? Because it was so good just seeing the key points. And, a lot of this, too, through trial and error, I know witnessing what they do in Chicago, witnessing Mooney, being so proactive, getting those scans put in the system in advance. So as people were coming in, we talked about the scan as far as if you want it done, fill your form out now so that during the presentation, Kristen was able to input all those names. And that's one of the things I saw them doing, in Chicago. Mooney, they started that process. And so just looking at what people are doing and learning how we can duplicate that in a scalable way created something last night that was truly special, because we didn't feel the pressure and the stress that's normally felt when you have all these people that need a scan and there's one person there to do it. Guys, we worked as a team and it got done. And so what you want to realize, no matter what market you're in, you've been feeling overwhelmed because you only have yourself as a scanner. You're like, I can't do this. Well, last night we were able to prove that, guess what? You don't need 4 or 5 scanners. It would be great. But if you follow the system, you're going to be able to accomplish a phenomenal event. And so all this stuff is going to go in writing, just little bullet points. I know Phyllis is fired up because she's been working to try to figure out how do we get everything so quicker. Aren't you fired up?
I'm trying to keep myself from jumping through the phone because I just told you, that is such an awesome thing to do. Duplicatable. So cheers to you. Kudos to you, Christian.
It was amazing, Phyllis, I'm telling you. And that's the power of pressure, right? Pressure creates diamonds. It creates leaders. And under pressure, Kristen got it done, Phyllis, because I'm telling you, there was one scan in the room, and and you already know what that looked like, right? So exciting times, guys, right? So be excited. Get on the call tonight with Dr. Prince. And, well, it's probably going to be Sharon and Mike Burns. But we're going to be sharing some of these new techniques. In fact, there's a new announcement. What Christian didn't share yet is last night we also wanted to make this event so duplicatable. All we did really is play the videos and play bingo, right? We play, and we have a new video. So if you bought the Elevation Kit already, you're going to get an email with the new video from Dr. Prince. So we had Dr. Prince show up at our meeting last night, Phyllis, in video form, and it was phenomenal. He was able to explain, heart disease and why the time is now. And I'm telling you what, it really made a difference, because once people saw the information last night, they saw the information, we went through the bingo card, then we sent them over to get their scan. They waited patiently for a couple minutes, quickly got through the scans. Guess what, Phyllis? The close was so simple because they had already wrote on their pack what they wanted. Christians didn't have to explain it. They saw red, they saw yellow, and they connected it to what they just witnessed because they had this new video too from Dr. Prince. So all of it just came together so brilliantly, and now their orders were just ready to process. So we didn't even have to close. It was like, hey, it looks like you want this pack. I saw it on your form. So
That's called massive duplication, Melissa. That's
massive duplication. Massive, guys. Everybody can do what we did last night. There wasn't a lot of talking, wasn't a lot of explaining. It was pointing to the system, guys. And that just means when we do this, Phyllis, in 10 cities, in 20 cities, it is about to be game on, right? Because we are going $1 billion big, because no one is offering what we're offering here at Iconic, guys. This is so needed, but the burden has been, it's hard to duplicate. But now we've just witnessed that duplication process birth. And thank everybody for all your participation who've been there showing different ideas, and it's all came together, okay? It's all coming together, and it's working brilliantly. And speaking of coming together, guys, there's a couple of opportunities in October that you don't want to miss, okay? I'm going to just give a soft little announcement about something on October the 1st. I know Yakima Palmer, Willie Mooney, there's an event happening, Get With Them. It's not a corporate event. It's sponsored by them, but I know it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there. I know Phyllis is going to be there, so check with Yakima and Willie. But October 31st, we're having a corporate event. We are calling it Halloween. We have David Ruffin, band person who's like David Ruffin, right, in the house. It's going to be off the charts, off the chain. I mean, this band alone, you would pay big money to go see them. They are phenomenal. But for the whole Halloween experience, guys, and that's including some beverage tickets. It's including refreshments. It's including some infused D8 and CBD for your guests. It's including a live band, guys. It's including a product. You're going to have a product from your own website, okay? You're going to get some CV for your business. So it is a commissionable night. And so you can have guests there, okay? And so right now you can access this ticket, which is going to be $49.95, okay? But you can access it only today via Zelle. So it's not even going to, you can't even buy it on your website, okay? Because we want to make sure that this is a special that's This is peak, so we're only honoring it to midnight. After midnight, don't Zelle us, okay? Because tomorrow you will pay $49.95 for the same ticket, okay? But $39.95 if you want to get a part of this early bird special. You can Zelle that to Wakana for Life. No email. It's a phone number, and that phone number is 678-469-1807. Get with customer service. We'll have an email that goes out because I don't have time to repeat it. But just know you can snatch up your tickets tonight and save $10, okay? That's super exciting. The deal of the day, okay? So here's the deal today, guys. We are preparing for this elevation. You know, we're preparing, right, for this brand new wellness center, okay? This wellness center that's coming next door. Thank all the volunteers, okay? I don't even have the list of everybody that volunteered. I don't want to leave out your name. So next week, I'm going to formally and personally thank each and every one of you who showed up and showed out. Some of you to 11 o'clock at night, some of you to 2 in the morning, some of you to 3 in the morning. It was truly a team effort. So I thank you all, and you will get your not only proper, recognition, because we just know we love, when you guys say, hey, we want to roll up our sleeves and be there to help. We're going to have another opportunity this week, okay? So on Wednesday, if you want to help out on Wednesday, you can come as early as 4 o'clock. We're just saying 4 until. So whenever you want to leave, you can leave, but we're saying 4 until. Okay, on Tuesday, if you're an early bird and you want to just be there early, you can come from 2 to 6. Okay, so 2 to 6 on Tuesday or 4 until on Wednesday. And again, thank all of our volunteers, but we're preparing for this new wellness center, guys. And this new wellness center, it's going to be tied in to a very special pack that we are releasing next Monday, that you're going to be able to have a chance to start pre-purchasing this towards your Black Friday goals, okay? And so you're not going to want to miss the details. We've ran out of time today, okay? But just know it's going to be truly something you're going to want to participate in, because it's going to be exclusively for the people that decide that they want to become a part of this Akana Lifer program. And so there's going to be some benefits that are going to expire in a year, and some of them you're going to have for life, okay? So it's going to truly be something historical that you're going to want to participate in, and it's going to be truly, truly, truly special. The deal of the day, so we're running this, guys, as a play today. So regardless of what you did yesterday, the day before, this is for today, okay? So here's what's happening today. When you go to your website, okay, and you purchase our Aronia Juice Special, or you purchase the Flat Belly bundle, which is $149. So there's a $149 and then there's a $99 juice bundle. Well, we know that we are preparing, again, for this new wellness center. So we have the big bottles of juice, and then we have another 3,600 bottles of juice. And in fact, it's 18,000 bottles, right? Well, we're preparing room for 3,600. And so here's what's happening. So for the supply that just came in 4 weeks ago, the big bottles of 25 ounces, those must go today, okay? And so what we're going to do today, and this is happening today, you go and purchase your buy 3 juices for $99, or you purchase your bundle for $149. And again, this doesn't apply to what you did yesterday. It's for today. We're going to give you a free complimentary bottle of Aronia. So it's like you're going to get 4 of those juices for $99 if you go buy that 3 bundle today. You buy that $149, you're going to be having 4 bundles of juice, 4 juices, and the proteins, right? So that's a today special for those of you who really love the juice. You want to stock up on it, because here's what I can tell you. That big bottle of juice, based on this special, based on what I know the inventory is, will be done today. So if you love the bigger bottle, you like the advantage of that and want to include an extra big bottle, go to your site, do that today, because that is the deal of today. And so with that being said, we will have our Save Our Strands at 2:30 p.m. Central. Outside of that, you can then join our Rebound with Akana that's happening right now, and our Diamond Factory tomorrow. And so with that said, we want you to have an Akana day. We're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top. And check your app for all the details and what calls are happening this week. Have a phenomenal day.
Melissa, could you say the 149? What else? What's the 149 deal? I know you get 3 25 ounces and 1 free on the 99, but what's the 149? She gone. God, she got off there fast. Okay, I'm sure Dr. Roz will have it. Maybe you guys got it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the 2 bottles plus the hemp powder.
Okay, the 25-ounce bottle.
You get I don't remember the size, but you get juice and you get the hemp powder.
And what's the deal? Isn't that the regular deal? The two. So you're just saying that's gonna sell out?
Yeah. She's giving you an extra complimentary bottle to go along with that. You
Okay,
don't
with the
want
149. Got it. Thank you.